Hi everyone. Um, yes, today we are going to
What
listen to
what was
Night
that
Driver.
pause for?
Um, hmm, I do a lot.
You are getting conscious about it. Okay.
No, 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 no. I'm not. I actually this is one of my own improvement areas that I have marked for myself that I need to cut down on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yes, I was just noticing my own faults.
Forgiven. Let's continue.
You don't have to. I have to. I have to forgive myself. Right. All right. So, Night Driver by Ida.
Aida
Ida,
or Ida.
right? Uh, Ida. People will let us know.
Hmm.
All right. All right. Let's listen to it and then we
Let's
talk
start.
about it. All right. Three, two, one, go. That's
Synth.
scent wave.
Tell the streets to be sober when the cars run over. Know me, I'm a pushover. Fancy me, Donald Clover. Clover leaves to the night. Please hold me. She's so far, offer me a lifeline, save me. Thousand steps too far. This life is so bizarre. Is there anybody holding me? Is calling me home? Will anybody slide me in, hide me in the night? And I begin to fly to you, my darling time. Is anybody there to see this calling me home?
Love the soundscape.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tell the kids to move over to a halt, we're closer. In a loop, can we go far? Feel this night drive slowing, growing. Streets
loving the
of
scent.
night consume me. She's so far, offer me a lifeline, save me. Is there anybody holding me? This calling me home. Will anybody slide me in, hide me in the night? And I begin to fly to you, my darling time.
I like the way he's singing these
To
lines.
see this calling me home.
Whew, whew.
Okay,
This
there you go on.
this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about when we were talking about the
Electronic
electronic stuff.
instruments. I knew you would love it.
Yeah, but go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I'm not a fan of electronic music that much as you are, but I see what you are saying, and I have started to enjoy the electronic music more and more as the time is progressing. Obviously, the evolution of music that you were talking about, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Things like synthwave, octopads, and all those instruments are going to be part of the arrangements with the new bands, and it is it is what it is. It is going to be this way, and it is going to enhance the music. It's not going to inhibit anything. It's going to be good stuff that is going to be produced in the time to come. And I can see after looking at this particular track, because honestly, I wasn't expecting such side of Bangladeshi music because we haven't explored it. Do you remember any track in which we had similar kind of feel? For me,
Yeah, there was. I mean, if we talk about the instrumentation in More Jug by Preetham Hassan,
Morejak, exactly. Yes, you are right. You are right. Morejak. There we saw a similar kind of music as well. Correct. Absolutely.
right? I'm still moving. Right. Yeah. So the thing is, synthwave, as far as I know, I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but it was extensively used in the West during the 80s
Hmm.
in music, right? It was as far as I know, maybe I'm misplacing something, but it was extensively used. It's not about what's new or what's coming of the age, right?
Hmm.
This if it were very common during that time and then just went away,
Hmm.
and then it's now rising his head from the ashes again.
Hmm.
That's a different thing. But yes, overall, when you have advances and you have new tools, right? It should be used. It should be used. It should be learned. It should be embraced. Is what I usually say, especially about electronic music and the new generation musicians. We have seen Preetham Hassan,
Hmm.
right? We have Talal Qureshi, Action Zan,
Hmm.
all these folks, Abdullah Siddiqui.
Hmm.
They grew up on these instruments. They embraced completely, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And this becomes basis of their work mostly. Take Joke, take
Joke.
Umair,
Yeah. Hmm.
right? Although Joke, as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong again, that he doesn't like lay foundations with us. Umair does, I think. But again, new age people, new instrumentation, experimentation, evolution,
Hmm.
and this is a prime example.
Hmm.
What beautiful sound!
Amazing
I mean,
sound.
you just if okay, there is a new instrument or new advancement, and you just don't have to use it. It has to mean something,
Hmm.
right? And here it was beautifully used.
True.
Such enjoyable track and very sweet to my ears,
Hmm.
to my individual ears. The whole soundscape was so sweet.
Yeah. True. The soundscape was extremely brilliant.
We recently talked about that there are some sort of music, some genres of music that at least makes me tired,
Hmm.
or I wouldn't say tired, but it fatigues you quickly,
Hmm.
right? This is the opposite of it.
Hmm. Yeah.
At least for me, that when I listen to it, it just doesn't fatigue me, but rather would want me to continue listening to more of their work.
Yeah. Absolutely. I completely agree with you. What I found interesting is in the description there is one band member, Shakib. I think Shakib Manzur Zihan. It's mentioned that he plays guitars and loop station. So for our viewers
Mm-hmm.
who don't know. So, loop station is basically an instrument that lets you quickly record a section, track, or a beat
Yes.
that you are playing or singing, and then it played back on repeat. So, basically, forming a loop. So, it has become a common practice to use such instrument as Haris was mentioning, and more people are basically embracing such things within their musical arrangements, and it is completely fine. I remember when I first heard strings doing some sort of strings Pakistani band, they utilized electronic instrument in one of their tracks called Pyar Ka Jal with Whaler Station, and I was just a bit reluctant, I would say, or I did not like the sound because I identified a string with something else. But when I heard it again and again, I started to appreciate the use of electronic instruments more. And here as well, this particular, I haven't heard any of IDA's further work, but I think this is their sound. This is their sound, and this is how they compose their music, utilizing the electronic instruments. Have a certain pop feel to their musical arrangements, and which is fine, which is
I,
completely
I
absolutely beautiful as well at the same time.
I think loop station has, or other variations of loop station has always been in use in at least in studios,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
In studios, they have been used.
I think it has always been there, either loop station or other variants of it, right? I mean, your laptop is a loop
Loop
station as
station
well,
as well.
right? And how it's recorded, how things are recorded is it's based on time signatures. You record one instrument on that time signature, right?
Yeah, yep,
And then
yep.
you have this clip. You have this clip, and then you reuse it. You
Reuse it.
loop
Yeah.
it. Either you loop it or reuse it in places where they fit. And then you record the other time signature, other how should I call it, band or the clip, and then you do it. In loop station, what happens is that you add two notes, dum bum 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 bum, bum, and then it loops, bum 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 bum,
Yeah.
and then you add one more
One more
key on it,
on
or
top
two
of
more,
it.
or five more, or chord.
Exactly. On top
You add
of
a
it.
couple of chords,
Yeah.
right? And you added two chords, and then they would added on top of that layer, and that it would just loop and loop and loop, right? And then you add other chords based on where they need to be used in the song, and that also goes for vocals, right? So in sometimes um, uh, you record hooks or chorus once, and then you just reuse
Reuse
them,
it, replay it.
right? Replay
Yeah.
it, reuse it, just fit that in. So yeah, they are mentioning loop station, I think mostly because of the synth wave or synth sounds, because that's how usually synth works, right?
Yeah.
You add one dun 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 dun, you loop it, and then you add more. And yeah, I mean, this is a new
Absolutely.
a new playground
A
for
canvas.
young kids, right? Things are becoming accessible. The thing is that these instrumentation, these equipments are first of all expensive and inaccessible, or used to be inaccessible, especially in subcontinent or poor regions, or artists who just couldn't afford it, right?
True.
We know how many artists just start their work when they're in college or universities, they are together, just start doing music. But nowadays this is becoming more and more accessible, right? Things are becoming cheaper and all. Okay, I don't know why we are talking about economics.
Uh, it's okay. I mean, it's
Yeah,
kind of a
okay.
two-way street. Our viewers educate us. Sometimes we get over excited and we try to educate them as well. But
But
anyway,
we
but
talk about things, right? And I think
yeah,
this was
this
something
is
that we were talking about.
okay. What do you make of the narrative of this particular track? So they're talking about the nightlife of the metropolis, right? In this particular track, or about Dhaka. And
Right, so
yeah, go on, go on.
go ahead. the song in the description mentions the narrative completely,
Hmm.
right? That if you are living in a galaxy far, far away,
Hmm.
um, and you're looking at Earth, Dhaka would be a bright star,
Bright star.
right? And you come closer and closer and closer, and then this one star becomes a constellation and all.
Hmm.
But as soon as you come closer to perceive reality,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then you get to see that all that glitters is not gold,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
And then you see the actual life that this city
Hmm.
forces people to live, and not only Dhaka. I mean, you take any major metropolis
Any
of
major.
subcontinent. I think
Yeah.
that's the story, right? That people are suffering because of traffic and congestion and chaos and
Chaos.
all, right? And I love the last line of the narrative, which
Hmm.
says that someone get news out to the galaxies. We don't want the lies to betray some
Some innocent
innocent
aliens.
aliens into the speed trap. I mean, we still make do, but it'll probably be pretty hard for someone to go from light speed to 4 kilometers per hour just like that.
Amazing.
So
Amazing piece.
yeah, that's a amazing narrative. I think it would have been amazing to have a video for this particular track,
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
now it hasn't, and you can have your own imagination running wild
Hmm.
with this. But it would have been lovely to see what their version of imagination is, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like you're reading a book and you have your own picture, but
Hmm.
then you watch an adaptation of movie or a TV series, and then either you're completely blown away. Okay, this is exactly how I imagined,
Hmm.
or you are like, okay, wow, fascinating. This is not how I imagined, but very nice, right?
Yeah. I think I was reading somewhere in the comments that it was this track was taken in one of the TV series, Bangladeshi mystery thriller TV series called Kaisar, and
Mm-hmm.
I just watched the trailer of that particular TV series, and I think I'm gonna watch it because it's my genre. I love mystery thrillers and spy thrillers, and I want to see how this song fits into the narrative, how they have placed it. But that is something to be experienced. And honestly, when I was listening to this song and reading the narrative, it felt like they're talking about Karachi. As you mentioned, it could be about any metropolitan, right? And it's interesting that
Yeah,
Bangladeshi artists, I think they are that kind of in love-hate relationship with their beautiful city. We experience it in Esho Amar Shohre.
show Marsha.
Yeah, and then we
Yeah,
experience something entirely different in Bobagure when Cryptic Fate
yeah.
just performed that track, roaming around, driving on the roads of Dhaka, enjoying their time at the night. And here, this particular track is kind of balancing both things as well.
I think as you said, it's true for all the metropolises or large cities of subcontinent that because you have roots here, it's very hard to hate,
Hmm.
but it's also very hard to love,
Love, yeah.
right? It's very hard to love because it makes you suffer. Those cities makes you suffer so much
Hmm.
that yeah, you tend to remember those things, but also you have it's your own, and your heart is there, and yeah,
Absolutely.
all right.
We can keep on going about it, seriously. But
By
thanks.
the way, yeah, in
Yeah.
this track, we were completely on tangents.
Yeah,
Happens,
it happens. It
happens.
happens. I would just like to thank all the listeners who suggested this track to us multiple times. It was in our list for a very long time. We had heard it, but we were just waiting when to basically discuss it with all of you. But thank you once again for suggesting this track. Keep suggesting such tracks to us, especially to Haris because he loves electronic music. So I know that he will crave for more. And
Yes.
we will see you on the next one then. Thank you so much. Bye bye.